Hey everyone, welcome to another espresso. Thanks everyone for joining. If you haven't already, and there's no excuse by now, please subscribe in all the usual places: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you like to watch or listen. Please do. I think we'll probably be able to watch on Spotify soon because they're starting to introduce the videos on Spotify, which is really cool. Anyway, we digress. I wanted to speak about time management. A lot of people ask me, how I manage my time. How do I do it? How do I structure it? How do I make sure I spend the right amount of time on the urgent things, on the important things? How do I balance it? And, just things get in the way all the time. And so, for me, certainly in my business and many others, how you spend your time and what you spend your time on is critical to success. And for me, it's one of the foundational things, right? So having a great ground game, being organized, turn up on time, do the best you can. Just everyone can do that, right? Just standard, but just really sets the tone. And for me, I mean, I used to use the old notebook, and every single day, I do 3 columns: urgent things, important things, kind of ongoing things, if you like. And every day I used to plan the night before. And then every time I did something and completed the task, I used to tick it off. And at the end of the day, I used to look back and be like, yeah, I've done some stuff. I've achieved things. And it made me feel good. My first boss in the recruitment sector, they got me doing that just every day, like 3 columns, din, din, din. And I just used to do it all the time. And I did that I still do that now. By now I do virtually, and I've gone more digital. Some people love the pen and paper and use the notebook. Whatever you do, have something that you can use and it's easy to access, and you use it and you look at it. And ticking stuff off and completing stuff in the day is brilliant. And even if you plan these things and then stuff happens, phone rings, the super urgent things you've got to deal with right now. I don't know, sweet shop analogy, right? Like, important is to stock the shelves with sweets. Urgent is let's sell the sweets. And maybe you're doing your reorder. Suddenly, loads of customers come in, and you're selling, and you've got the important stuff you need to do. You need to reorder, otherwise there's no more sales coming in. So anyway, having a to-do list of the important stuff and all of those things keeps you on track. And for me, it tracks my progress. It makes me feel good about myself every day. Even if it's been like a crazy hard day, super busy, I can always just take a moment at the end and be like, yeah, that's really good. I've done some stuff. It keeps me happy. It keeps me motivated. It feels like I've achieved stuff, and who doesn't want to achieve stuff? So for me, that's what I do. I use my diary a lot, and I chunk time in my diary for different things. So depending on what job you do, for me, I'm speaking to people, I'm managing searches, I'm doing business development, I've got lunches, I've got reviews, I've got training, I've got team calls, I've got, a bunch of different stuff. My team are all over the world, so different time zones, and, managing everything. Also my personal life, kids, family, exercise, which I diarize and put in my diary like it's the most important meeting of the day. So I've got lots of stuff. Everyone's got lots of stuff, but keeping it organized is great and really important. And I diarize it, and I keep the to-do lists, and it takes a lot of weight off my mind. I don't have to remember all of the stuff, because if I don't do it, you're just trying to remember stuff and things slip. It's really easy to let things slip. And the moment you let a few things slip, it all starts to go down. So those are the things I do. I like to do. There's 4 other things I like to do, actually. And so for me, I know what actions support my progress in my work. I know the things I need to do to push my business forward every day. And I know all the different things that are going to come at me. I know the important things. I know the urgent things. I've learned over time how to balance them. But it's an ongoing journey, right? I mean, you never kind of get there, but you just, try to, you kind of become more aware the more you do something. It's repetitions, right? You get the reps in, you get better. It's like muscle memory. You keep doing these things, these little things every day, and these little things build up to big things. They build up to really, you're doing good stuff, good habits, little habits, they build up to good habits, and over the long term has a huge impact in what you do, like how efficient you are, how good you are. You're like well trained. It's like, another sports analogy, the football player is just out on the training pitch, just drilling a free kick, drilling a penalty, practicing the moves, knowing what's coming, and so you're doing, if you know what actions support your progress, and you're practicing and you're training, and you're trying to be a master in your craft. It's incredible, and we're working for a long time, and you can get better and you can get better. And a lot of people wait for the companies that they're at, if they're employees, to provide training, to provide support and things like that. But take ownership, like do stuff yourself, take ownership, learn, train, seek fellow professionals, discuss stuff, what's coming up. We do twice a month, get the team together, and we talk about the things that we've encountered that month or those last couple of weeks. What are the learnings? How can we improve? What can we do better? Do a lot of that stuff, and that's brilliant. We do a lot of goal setting as well. I do personal goal setting, and it's good. It's good to know. The goals are good to know. They're good for where you're headed. You've got some short-term goals. I have some long-term goals. When I hit them, I keep going. The thing about goals, sometimes you hit your goal, and then what? You see a lot of people, certainly if goals are financial, you hit your financial target, and then you see people fall off a cliff, like the motivation goes. So it doesn't always have to be financial goals, but just, things you want to hit, and keep them updated. Have them on your, write them down. I write them down on my phone. I keep them updated, and they're really useful. And so I do that a bit. I should do that more often, but I do it. And again, I'm getting better at it. And again, you can't beat yourself up over these things. You do what you can do. But I think having clear goals and some kind of direction is where you're headed. And things change all the time, clearly. And it's cool to change your goals. So keep them updated, keep them fresh. Don't use them to beat yourself up, but use them to motivate yourself and make sure you move forward using them. Time and resources, again, as I said earlier on, is critical. So make sure you use your time wisely. Be quite strict with your time management. If you've put in your diary that you're going to be doing a podcast between this time and this time, do it, stick to it. Or try not to open up your emails in the morning. The other thing, first thing you often do, you make a coffee, you go in your emails, get sucked in, you're doing urgent stuff. You've planned your day before, some important things, and suddenly the day's run away with you. You're like, oh, what happened? Oh, I've been answering all these emails and I've done lots of stuff. But so just, be efficient with your time, and you can probably do more stuff if you do that. And, also, hey, we all are in and out of our zones, right? Like you can concentrate for, I can't remember what the actual stats are, an hour and a half, maybe 2. It takes a while to get into your zone. Phone rings, suddenly you're knocked out of your zone. You've got to get back in. So there's a lot of different things. And so, it's okay to, your energy levels go up and down over the day. You might get distracted. You try and stick to your time, do the best you can. And again, as long as you feel like you're moving forward a little bit, and all you can try is to be a bit better than you were yesterday. And if you're succeeding in that and you're moving forward, then, that's brilliant. The other thing I really like to do, and I've got better at doing it now, is seeking feedback. I was never really that good at it earlier on, and I started to, try and get feedback. And for me, I lead a company, and sometimes it's difficult to get, real feedback from people if they don't want to give me stuff that they feel like I wouldn't like to hear. So I got an exec coach. I did a 360, which is really interesting. So it was anonymous, got great feedback, learned a lot, tried to improve myself. And I'm trying to do that a lot more often now. I want to, with clients and just everyone I interact with, I really want feedback. It's a real gift. I really appreciate it when people give it to me. And I think it's a really important thing to seek out because, you think you're doing well, or you might think you're not doing well. But, what do other people think? And I value that. And, you take some on board, maybe you don't take others. Context is important, so it depends who you're getting it from and things like that. But, be open to receiving feedback, taking it on board, and using it how you want. So look, I think hopefully that's really helpful. A lot of people have asked me about these things and how to organize yourselves properly and things like that. So I really hope it's been useful. Don't forget to subscribe, all the usual places. I hope you're really enjoying the espressos. I'm going to keep them going. And I love doing them as well. And thanks for all of the feedback. I really appreciate it.